Hello everyone, welcome to Book Club Preview. I'm Michael, and today we're looking at Charlie Thorne and the Last Equation, chapter 36 and 37. It starts off with Charlie, coming out of this tunnel that her and Milana were in, and well, that's not a very good gunshot. Sounds more like a laser blaster or something. But someone starts firing on the Mossad. Ooh! Hits Simel right in the shoulder or the arm, right in the muscle, right? So the bone wasn't broken or anything. It'll heal clean, but it'll take time to heal, and it probably really hurt. But who is this person? Simel, let the girl and Agent Moon go. What? Dante? Yes, Dante is alive. We thought he was, but man, to show up in such a heroic situation, I thought for sure it was Alexei and the Furies shooting to try and kill everyone. Oh man, but Dante is alive. And he has the Mossad right where he wants him. They can't say no. They have to let Charlie and Agent Moon go. But Samuel says, "We'll find you. You can't leave Jerusalem. You can't leave Israel. We'll get you." And Charlie said, or I think Dante says, "Okay." And he gets the girls. So the girls come up and they see Dante, and they go up and they see these Humvees and these two knocked out guards from the Mossad. And they're kind of looking around, and then suddenly Dante appears because he had to climb off this ridge. And Charlie gives him this huge hug, and that actually shocks Dante. "We thought you were dead." "Yeah, I thought I was dead too, but they took off after you guys. And then I lost you. I couldn't find you." He says, "But look, we have to get out of here. We can catch up later. Charlie, I need you to drive the Humvee." Charlie is 12 years old. "I need you to drive the Humvee." "What? Me?" "Yeah, because I don't trust you shooting. I trust you more with the Humvee than shooting the gun." So Charlie jumps in the Humvee, and she starts to drive as Dante and Agent Moon have guns and are like looking out to shoot at their pursuers, which of course they have. But before that happens, they're driving around. They kind of give a little update of everything Charlie's been through, everything Dante's been through, and John Russo's alive, and he's the traitor, and he's the one leading the Furies. What? Oh my goodness. Tell me more. Let's go. Well, cars start to pull up and come behind Charlie from the Mossad. I think there might have been two, maybe one. But in this part of town, it's very old. And so the streets are much more narrow. And it's harder to drive around. It's harder to go faster. And there's markets everywhere. And several times, Charlie runs into like some market, destroys everything. And the Mossad are chasing them. And it's kind of unfortunate because Charlie is clearing the path for them. So it's much easier for them to follow. And Dante's shooting and Milana's shooting, but they're all probably like bulletproof Humvees. Mossad are shooting them, and the chase just isn't going. They're not escaping. They're not putting any distance from the other cars. Well, eventually, Charlie's going down a path, and there's a huge camel in the way. Oh man, Charlie. She's thinking like, should I just drive through this camel and just go? No, I can't do it. The camel's innocent. And she turns at the last moment, and she kind of flips the car. And I'm honestly not too sure how this happens, but she kind of slides, I think, by the camel. I mean, it was crazy. Like, she slides by the camel, and then there's some like truck or tractor that she hits a little bit, but it's not that bad, and she turns out into the opening. But the Mossad, they try to do the same thing, but they hit the side and they flip over, and their Humvee gets crashed, and they end up blocking the alley, so the other guys, I think if there's other guys, can't get them. And then they're able to just drive off and take off. And Dante's like, okay, we need to get out of here. What are we going to do? We got to ditch the car. We have to go start walking. And Charlie's like, I need the phone. I need to call someone who can get us on a flight right now. And Dante's like, who are you going to call? I mean, it has to be someone more important than the president if you're going to get us out of Israel. And Charlie says, no, it's someone more powerful than the president. I'm going to call my banker. If you remember, Charlie has like $10 million, $40 million. And so she's going to use some cash to make things happen. And that's how chapter 36 ends. Great, fantastic chapter. Very exciting. 37 is very short. It starts off with John Russo. And he's, before he's getting on his flight, he has an hour to get there to get a ticket. He has to go to a thrift store and buy like a used suitcase and put some clothes in there so he doesn't look suspicious. He buys a round trip ticket instead of one way just to look less suspicious. He pretends he's an American diplomat. I must go to America to attend a meeting. It's very important. Okay, and they give him a ticket. And he's even really charming that the woman giving him the ticket bumps him up to first or business class for free. And so he has this belt of money with money and passports in it that he uses to pay for everything. And he's able to get on the flight and go through security, and just in time he'll make his plane. But as he's walking to his airplane, he gets a call. Oh, okay, from Alexei, sure. Probably he just killed Charlie and Dante and Milana. Hey, Alexei, how are things going? What? The Mossad lost them? What? I never heard of something like that ever happening before. They can't find them? You can't find them? Oh my goodness. He's angry. He even raises his voice a few times, and people start to look over. Man, what's that guy talking about? Calm down, calm down. Okay, I know where Charlie's gonna go. I need you to go there and kill her. Kill her? She's just a girl. She's the only thing that's between us and Pandora. You have to kill her. Okay, we'll go kill her. Hangs up, and he goes off to board his airplane. Wow. Oh, a lot of vocabulary here. First one is excavation. An excavation is when you're digging something from underground. So you can use it for like construction. Someone building a new home, they need to dig into the dirt to set some cement. Or even for scientists, digging in the dirt, looking at history. And Milana and Charlie and Simel and the Mossad were coming out of an excavation site, meaning scientists were digging very slowly and carefully, trying to look at history in the ground. Girders, these are like beams holding up structures, right? So maybe you have like this huge heavy beam and another rafter on it to kind of keep a roof from falling in or keep the dirt from falling into the tunnel. So just to add some stability. But a girder is that kind of pipe on the side. It's really heavy and huge. Simmering is like burning about to boil, okay, or boiling lightly on the stove. Imagine you're cooking. But for Semil, he's simmering, meaning angry. He's really, really angry at getting caught, getting shot, and having to let go of Charlie and Milana. Perfunctory, sorry, that's a tough one there. Perfunctory is like doing an action that takes little or no energy. So I think maybe Semil just kind of nods his head like, take the girls, right? Let them go. And just really quick, easy action that doesn't really take any energy, but communicates something. The next one here is a Humvee. A Humvee is like a Jeep, if you know what a Jeep looks like, But imagine a Jeep used for the army or for the military. It's heavier, it's a little wider, maybe a little lower, and really, really good for army kind of things, for being durable and strong. And feel free to Google it. And they're really cool pictures of some cool ones and some military ones. That's what they were driving. Cosmopolitan. Cosmopolitan means kind of like diversity. Many nations or language or peoples in one area. And certainly Israel is very cosmopolitan. There are so many different nationalities and nations in that city. Ricocheted is to bounce off of something. So if you think about a bullet, okay, here's a wall. If I shoot a bullet, the bullet, it could go bink into the wall, okay, but probably it'll hit the wall and bounce off. And so that could be a little bit dangerous in some situations. But I think bullets are ricocheting off the Humvee. Bounce, 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 bounce. They're bouncing around it. Upending means the car, the front went up and over. We call it upending when the car kind of flips over. All right, just a few more here. Sombrero. The camel was wearing a sombrero, which is pretty crazy. As far as have heard the word used, is this really wide hat used by like Mexican cowboys. Okay, very big, very wide to protect you from the sun. And this camel was wearing a sombrero. Ungulated. Ungulated means like an animal with a hoof. So a camel, a goat, things like that. They have ungulated feet, hoof feet. Via means by or through. And so they're going to travel to America via an airplane, by or through or with. Subsidiary. Subsidiary is like a below account or a off account, or it could even be like in a workplace, a manager and a subsidiary, maybe a company having another small company off on the side. And so John Russo took his money and put it in a smaller off unconnected bank. Combing through the country. If you think about having a comb for your hair, okay, which I don't use, but a comb has very thin space in between the little needles. And we use that word to say searching very carefully through something. And so if you imagine the agents, the Mossad agents, going through the city like that, very close together, very close together, very close together, searching, and in this case, for Charlie and Dante and Milana. Weaseling out. Weaseling out. A weasel is like a long... you might want to just Google an image of a weasel. They can look really cute. They can also look really scary. But it's a long animal, imagine like a long cat maybe. A thin, long cat, smaller than a cat. And they are really good at getting into things and escaping things, because they can wiggle and kind of the hair on their body can go down and they can squeeze through really small things. And so we say like weaseling out for someone who can escape something easily or often. All right, and that leads us to our discussion question. Would you trust Alexei to take care of Charlie? Right? Would you just leave and trust the Furies to kill Charlie by themselves? Of course, please make your own discussion question. That is all the time that we have for today, but thank you so much for joining me for this episode of Book Club Preview. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Hey, if you have any questions about the video today, please feel free to leave a comment in the comment section. If you had any other vocabulary words that you wanted to know what they meant, let me know. And also, if you're interested in maybe joining one of these book clubs, please leave a comment and I'll get back to you. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.